Broadcasting from somewhere in the Hollywood Hills.
You have arrived. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
We are available on iTunes. You can check us out on the web at infinitedancecast.com. Each and every single one of our episodes are
Free for download.
and available to download online for your listening pleasure.
On iTunes.
Wow, episode number 91.
I never thought we'd be here.
I didn't either.
I mean, think about how many weeks that is.
That's 91.
91 weeks.
Well,
how many years is that?
Well, we used to do them every week, and then we downsized to twice a month.
Right.
And then we took like a 6
No,
month
then we
break.
went to once a month.
Once a month.
And then we took a little hiatus.
Yeah.
Hiatus.
And now we're back.
And now we're back better than ever.
Better than ever. And at the end of the show, we got a huge announcement.
Huge announcement.
Huge announcement. So make sure you listen to the whole show.
Yeah, gotta listen. You can't fast forward.
We got a wonderful guest today. Her name is Rachael Markarian.
Markarian, I love her.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Gorgeous.
Armenian princess. Yeah. She is a wonderful
Her eyebrows
dancer. Oh, yeah.
are something girls talk about.
Right? Is that right?
It is.
Is that
right.
what they...
It is correct.
Is that what you guys go to the brow bar? Is that what that's...
Sure, brow bar, threading, whatever it is that makes them look like that. Yes.
We have a former guest that was on the show that has her eyelashes done.
Lots of girls do that now.
I don't understand.
Eyelash extensions. Is that right?
That seems very extraneous, dude.
You probably love women that look that great, but you don't know that's what it is.
Is that what it is?
It
I
makes
usually
their eyes pop.
I usually just like them for their personality.
Yeah.
So we got Rachael Markarian on.
Let's go back to Nick's top 5.
So wait.
Hold the phone.
Rachel's great. She's going to talk to us about her dance career.
Oh, that would be new.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. And her acting career.
And she basically went to college with you.
Yes.
For a bit.
Well, not basically, she did. And so, Rachael, if you're listening at home, you just have to deal with us in this first 10 minutes because we get to talk about us.
Well, Rachel, you could fast forward to your part.
Yeah, just you. Not always about you, Rachel.
Okay.
Last episode, I was telling you about my trip to WrestleMania.
Oh, this is right. Yes.
And I had a story about our friend Dave Lagana. And Dave Lagana works for TNA, which is Impact Wrestling.
It is not about TNA.
It is not. It's about Impact Wrestling, and it's another promotion. And I was at a convention. They have a bunch of conventions there WrestleMania weekend, and two of the girls.
This is in Nolans.
Nolans. Two of the knockouts, as they call them in Impact Wrestling, were there. Velvet Sky and Angelina Love. And I texted our friend Dave Lagana, and I said, hey, at Lagana, I'm staring at a couple of the knockouts. And he was like, tell him I said hi. You got to go up and talk to him. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm nervous. And he's like, no, just do it. It's cool. They're cool. And I was like, all right, fine. So I went up there and I paid my $30 because
you had to pay $30 to talk to them.
They're taking pictures with people. So like, that's how they make their money. And like, I want to respect that because, they work hard. So paid my $30, got the tickets or whatever, went up there and I was like, hey guys, how you doing today? And Angelina Love turns to me and goes, I loved you in the Muppets.
What?
And I was like, yeah, that's what I said. What? How did you, she was like, you were so great. And Velvet Sky's like, yeah, you were awesome. And I was like, what are you, and she goes, Lagana texted me. And I was like, oh.
You had a huge moment of, wow, I was an amazing groom.
I thought,
right?
Yeah, I was like, man, I really am changing people's lives.
You're changing, you are affecting hearts.
So Dave Lagana got me. That was funny.
He did get you. Wow.
Anyway, so shout out to At Lagana and Velvet Sky and Angelina
Hope he's doing very well.
He's doing great. And those two girls were very classy. It's a hard business for them to do.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Yeah, stay classy, San Diego.
San Diego. Did you see that movie?
I sure did.
We watched it twice this weekend.
Oh, who's we?
Me and my husband.
Who, Michael Benicos?
Michael Benicos.
Don't tell people that they don't know that.
I think they might. I'm not sure.
So that was good. So how you doing? You good otherwise?
Me?
Yeah.
I am fabulous.
That's good. So we got Rachael Markarian on the show today.
Oh, great. So that's all I get. So let's talk about Nick and WrestleMania and Velvet Sky and blah, blah, blah. And how are you? Okay, and we're moving on.
And I worked
back to Rachel.
I did get to work on Glee the other day with our friend Brooklyn.
Now, And can I ask you, are you in the college years? Is that how you're getting this now? I mean, because
very funny, Desiree. No, I was with a bunch of more seasoned dancers, as we would say. And so we were doing a number with Jane Lynch and Mr. Morrison up there.
Okay.
And I was a cab driver.
Yes, I see it. So how is Miss Brooke Lipton?
She's great.
Mrs.
She's fantastic.
Is she fantastic?
Yeah, she's great and busy, but it was great to see her. And at Michael Riccio.
So your relationship with Brooke, can we say, has improved?
Well, no, I mean, I don't think that we had a problem. I just hadn't seen her.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. But it was great. I got to give her a big old hug.
You don't remember the early Brooke Lipton years on the early Glee years? When you were scared of her? Well, very scared of her.
Well, now we're past that, though.
She did the podcast.
She called me Grandpa, so now
She calls you Grandpa?
Yeah.
Why? Because you move slow?
No, because I'm older now. But it was in love, all in love. Brooke, if you're listening to this, that's not a bad thing.
I want to say, when you say at the end of the show, only our mothers would be listening.
Right.
You might be right about that. I don't know if Brooke's listening right now.
Yeah, probably not. But I got to work with my good friend Kara Lee, where everybody doesn't like something, but nobody doesn't like Kara Lee.
Okay, she's like Sarah Lee. Kara Lee, is she blonde?
She's blonde. She's on my Instagram. You saw her.
Yeah, the short hair blonde. Who's photobombing?
Michael Riccio.
Of course he was.
Yeah, he's very protective of me.
No. Oh, never mind. I was going to say something that I shouldn't. She's very cute, Nick.
Oh, gorgeous girl.
Yeah.
Great dancer.
Gorgeous girl. I'm sure she's a great dancer.
You talking about Michael Riccio or Kara Lee?
Well, Michael Riccio is a gorgeous dancer, too.
Yeah, he's
never seen him dance, but he's gorgeous for sure.
Gorgeous girl. All right. Let's do our movie picks. Movie musical picks of the week.
Movie musical pick of the week. Mine is, I hope I haven't done this before, Victor Victoria.
Hey.
Have I? No. I don't think so, but I loved this. Was like one of the movies that really changed my life. Le Jazz Hot. As we did once on the road together.
Absolutely.
Julie Andrews, interesting story, very interesting plot. It's about 1930s, the Depression in Paris. She was a performer, but she couldn't make money. She was poor. She is, the famous line is, it's a woman pretending to be a man, pretending to be a woman. So
it's kind of like Tootsie.
Yes, but before that.
Tootsie plus Inception.
Oh, yes. Okay. Anyway, great music on this. And of course, Julie Andrews, a very great talent who, like I said, is a man that dresses like a woman. So she's really a woman playing a woman. It's an interesting story.
She was the real famous chef as well, right?
Yeah, Julia Child.
Oh, Julia Child. Sorry.
Right? It's an S on Child. Anyway, you are throwing me off.
Come on, you got to be on top of your game.
I am on top of my game.
Yeah, you're great.
Yeah. Do you know who produced it?
No. I promise we're not drinking.
No, this is directed by Blake Edwards, but he also produced it. Do you know who Blake Edwards is? Did a lot of movies.
The guy with the scissored hands?
No.
You're done. Here we go. Me.
Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to be shown up by the guy that practiced for 3 days. Movie pick.
Anyway. You know
how much it made in the box office?
No, how much?
$28 million.
It's fantastic. You should write that down on a piece of paper, put it in your pocket, file it under his Nick's turn.
I don't need paper because I have electronic.
My number is, my movie pick is Thousands Cheer. It's a 1943 American comedy musical film released by MGM. The film was meant to be a morale booster for American troops and families during World War II. Our acrobat, Eddie Marsh, is in the Army now, who is played by Gene Kelly. And he becomes, of course, in love with Catherine Jones,
of course,
the Colonel's pretty daughter. And Eddie is plagued also by the fear of having an accident during the Trapeze Act. They're performing for the troops in the movie.
I see.
It made $5.8 million in the box office. Gene Kelly does a dance with a mop.
Oh, yes.
In the wrestling world, they say, like, if you're good, if you can wrestle with a broom and make it look good.
Yeah.
Well, Gene Kelly dances with a mop and makes it look good. And it's absolutely fantastic. This is a must-see film.
Favorite song from the movie?
Favorite song? My favorite song from the movie? Well, geez, I love them all. Stop trying. I dug a ditch in Wichita. That's my favorite one.
What was the song that he did the mop dance with?
I dug a ditch in Wichita.
Was that one?
The film was nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including Best Cinematography, Best Score, and Best Art Direction. This was Eleanor Powell's first and last color MGM film, and Gene Kelly just did a great job in this. He does a great job in every single thing he does.
I was going to say.
So it's good. And also, Mickey Rooney was the late great Mickey Rooney made an appearance in this film.
That's not Michael Rooney. That's Mickey.
Mickey Rooney, his father.
His father.
Actually.
That's right.
So
that was a good movie pick.
That was a great first segment.
I loved your movie pick.
Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast. We'll be right back.
Yes, we will.
Coming this summer, experience 3 action-packed days of dance, competition, and fun with top master teachers and special guests.
Who will they be?
Compete in pre-qualifying events for the national title in Dance League competition and take part in Dance League's new creation, the first of its kind, Team Challenge. Challenge. Top off your championship with Gala Night. Experience the spectacle, the pageantry, the road to glory. Dance League Championships.
The one and only.
Join the league
This summer.
Be there.
Dance League, July 11th through 13th, Orange County, Hilton, Costa Mesa, California.
Hey, welcome back. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
There's an old sentiment here in Hollywood where they say there's a difference between beautiful and talented. There's also an exception that proves every rule. That exception is sitting to my left. Desiree's right if you're keeping score at home. She is a multi-talented actor, dancer, and choreographer. You've seen her on Glee, Behind the Candelabra, Rush Hour 3, No Strings Attached, Southland Tales, How I Met Your Mother, CSI, and Criminal Minds. She has traveled the world with the likes of Katy Perry and Rihanna, reoccurred on True Blood, and looked for a ring to put on it during Beyonce's Super Bowl halftime show. Her legs have been compared to those of Sid Charisse. They are, in fact, illegal in 9 states, including Guam and the U.S. Virgin Islands, and anything below the Tropic of Cancer. She is here to discuss her journey, her career, her love life. She's the very electrifying Rachael Markarian. So let's talk about your love life. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that.
We just jumped the shark.
There will be no one good enough for you, Rachael, in my eyes.
Oh, thank you.
After 14 years, huh?
Well, Rachael comes from a very, and I say this with complete love, you come from such a beautiful bloodline.
Oh, thank you so much.
And talented.
Yes. Everybody in my family is in the arts.
Really?
Yes.
And they're all
Wow,
very
that must
good-looking
be a
and
lot.
have great tans.
Great
And they're all
fans.
very nice.
And where are you from? Where's the family from?
I'm originally from Worcester, which is just outside of Boston.
Okay.
And I have 2 older brothers. One of them is a film and TV writer here in Los Angeles,
Okay.
and the other is a stylist in New York City.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
I know. It's like, they
Too bad.
really
You guys,
suck
again,
at life.
more of these people that just underachievers. It's just sad.
So how'd you start dancing? Let's start there.
So I started when I was 3. I was painfully shy as a kid. So my mom was like, all right, how am I going to get her comfortable in front of a crowd? Let me just put her on stage. But,
Let me just
yeah, and I hated it, which is interesting. Cause,
Really?
Yeah, it was because I was in front of people and it was so uncomfortable for me. But at the same time, I don't know if you knew this, but I was born completely pigeon-toed. So I had to wear braces and boots as a kid. They were built into my crib, so I was in them for 23 hours a day.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
yes.
so even just to go parallel was a challenge. So everything that we learn in dance and ballet has turned out it's the complete
Right.
opposite way. So my mom was like, okay, the only way that I'm going to get her to really feel normal is to just get her A, in front of a crowd, but B, doing something that's so foreign to her to kind of push her out of her comfort zone.
Right.
So that's how I got started. And I don't know what it was, but I think my mom was just so stubborn and persistent. Like, she would not let me quit,
Right.
no matter how many times I begged her. But
And your mother's a wonderful woman. I mean,
she's amazing. Yeah.
She had
So
a
loving
huge-
and caring.
But a huge thought about that. I mean, that is incredible that she would think all those things and it would be the right thing
Yeah,
to do.
it's going to pain you now, but later.
Yeah,
it's-
no, I
it's
know.
because of
We
love.
tried
So
figure
awesome.
skating at first. That was a disaster.
Not for a person.
No problem.
We stuck with dance, and then I think when I was 10, it kind of clicked for me, and I said, "All right, I'm actually enjoying this." And then, I would take from other teachers, and because we were in Boston, it was so easy for us to get to New York.
Sure.
She would
Right.
drive me in early on a Saturday morning. We would spend the night. I would train there and come back, late on a Sunday, and then go to school on a Monday. So everything was kind of just built around training.
And you trained with our old friend Joan Sherry.
I did. She actually was the director. I went to Performing Arts High School. So I did dance and theater and music, and she was the director of the dance department there. And I also trained with her outside at my studio, and she also came and trained at our college.
Oklahoma City University.
So she was like my second mom.
Okay, and is this where you two met?
This is where
Yes.
Rachel and I fell in love.
Yes.
I mean, met.
Well, yeah.
No, she's like my little sister. So saying I fell
That
in
you
love with
wanna
her is
make
a
out
little
with,
weird now.
or-
That's a little weird. I wish we could go back, but we can't.
Okay.
It's not like that. Anyways, look, Rachel was like hot
put her in-
commodity at OCU. She was a great dancer, probably the best dancer in the school. Super sweet, very beautiful. We didn't let any guys talk to her, but they did because they were bigger than me, so I couldn't defend her.
Okay.
But like
Yes.
you know how it is when you have someone that's like you feel like their family, you want to protect them.
Right.
You
But
were
then-
very much of an older brother.
I know, but I didn't.
Same year, different years.
He's a year older.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm 21. She's 20.
Exactly.
Great. Great.
Then Rachel realized, wait a minute, I've got a bigger life waiting for me out in Los Angeles. I'm going to head out there. So you dipped out early, which there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that because that was what you needed to
Now,
do at the
okay,
time.
so can I just ask, because you were trained primarily in New York,
New York and Boston.
in Boston. So what made you think you wanted to do the Los Angeles thing, which is
Totally different.
Quite different.
Yes,
Yeah.
because my vision was to be on Broadway and move to New York. So I was going to go to a musical theater school. We went to OCU together, go to musical theater, and then the natural transition would just be go to New York. Because I lived in New York when I was 16. My mom kind of like dropped me off and she was like, figure it out. I was on scholarship at Broadway.
God, I love this mom.
stuff.
I love your mom. I
It's
love
all
it.
my mom. So that was the whole vision. And then the first semester we had off, they were like, I think maybe you and a couple of the other guys were like, we're going to go to LADF convention in Dallas. And I had never even heard of it. I never even knew there was a dance world in LA.
Wow.
That's how East Coast I was.
Sure.
So I went to a convention. I got this 3-month scholarship, LADF 3-month scholarship. So the following semester that we had off in the summer, I came out here and I trained, and I was like, oh my God, I met so many amazing people. I love the quality of life. I saw what you could do here in LA, and I was like, wow, I can actually like enjoy my life and have a good apartment and a good size. I don't have to live in a
great
sardine
weather.
can. Yeah, and great weather, and there's actually like work to be had and a lot of it and a lot of money to be made. And so I made a really great group of friends that first summer out. I came back the next summer and I did a performance, and the guy that was my manager at Broadway Dance Center when I was on scholarship ended up living here and was an agent. So he saw me perform and he was like, when you're ready to move out, I want to rep you.
And who was that?
Wow.
That was Christopher Freer.
Christopher Freer. He was my
And he
agent
was at
one point.
DDO at the time. Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah. That was when the light bulb went off and I was like, okay, I'm going to make a change.
That's awesome.
Boom. So we're in LA, and we're going to leave you with a cliffhanger on that. We're going to take a short break. We're here with Rachael Markarian, Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
App Gravity is the fastest, most powerful way to search for Android apps. Getting started is easy. Simply enter the name of an app, and in just one tap, you're ready to install. Feeling adventurous? Search for something broad like productivity or travel, and use our filters to personalize your search, helping you find exactly what you need. App Gravity is the search engine that puts you in control. It's no wonder the next web said App Gravity is like a better Google search for Android apps. App Gravity, delivering the fastest, most relevant app results.
Hey, what's going on? I'm on this tablet here, and you are tuning into Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Hey, welcome back. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time. Make sure you do not laugh at me, and you follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
We're here with the wonderfully talented Rachael Markarian. You can follow her on Instagram at Rachael, A-E-L, Markarian, and that's M-A-R-K-A-R-I-A-N on Instagram, and then on Twitter, but no A in the Rachael.
Yes.
It was confusing.
I know.
It's okay.
Well, Twitter doesn't allow my full name. So we had to cut an A.
I feel like you should have
Darn
just
that.
done like an R_Markarian. I don't know. about
I
this,
could have done
Rachael.
that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, but when you're in that moment of trying to pick that,
very
it's very
stressful.
stressful.
It's a decision.
Very stressful.
I think
and you got to live with it.
I think you probably did the right thing because once people are following you, it's not like they have to type it in because they just
That's
go
right.
R-A-C.
Nobody
and it'll
really
pop up.
knows to spell it A-E-L either. It's kind of rare.
Well, we do it, Nick and Desiree's
Yes.
Infinite Dance Cast.
Because
Why?
we do things right.
Yeah, we care. care.
We care.
Okay, great. So we're going to jump back. College, your decision. You were there for 2.5 years.
2.5 years, yeah. I left in the middle of my junior year. I was kind of like, if I don't leave now, I've gone too long.
I remember that day.
Yeah.
It was very sad.
Yes.
We're like,
Did you cry?
It was,
Of course
it was
you
so
did.
sad.
Yeah.
She was, I mean, like, she's part of, like, our fraternity, too. I mean,
yeah. I was really close with all you guys.
Yeah, so that was sad. But I mean, at the same time, we knew that as artists, we have to kind of sometimes do things that are not the easy choice. And you did it. And I was worried for you, but I also knew you were going to do great. And sure enough, like a month later, we're like, oh, Rachel's doing a blah, blah, blah tour or whatever.
That's awesome.
What was the first job you booked when you moved out?
The first job was the film The Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy.
Nice.
And that was literally 3 weeks after I moved to LA.
And let's see, that was, who choreographed that?
Oh my gosh.
Well, you don't have that listed on here.
Elizabeth Aldridge.
Oh, Elizabeth
Yeah.
Aldridge. Yes, I didn't read all the way to
I'll
the
never
side.
forget that audition.
Why is that?
Because
Tell us about
it was they wanted experienced ballroom dancers, and so I walked in and they were like award-winning ballroom dancers, and I was like, "What am I doing?" And they were like, "Wear a long gown." I literally wore my prom dress. I don't know how I had it. I had my prom dress from high school. I didn't know what I was doing. I grabbed a guy that looked like he did. And he goes, so we're going to do the this and the that. And I had no idea what the terminology was. And I literally was like, okay, I'm going to pretend like I'm a pro right now. And I finished the audition, just pretended like I knew what I was doing. I walked out to my car, and Elizabeth, the choreographer, ran out to my car, and she goes, I'm going to hire you. I'm just letting you know. So it was at that moment it's such a good lesson to learn, because it's like, even if you are not completely sure, your confidence is so important in that moment, because I truly acted like I belonged in the room, and like I was an award-winning ballroom dancer. And because nobody was looking at my feet, I had the prom dress on, so my feet were covered, but from the waist up, I had every posture going, and I was like literally observing what every other woman in the room was doing, and I was just duplicating it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then so once you got in your car, what's the
I was
first
like,
thought?
you're like, I called my agent. I was like, dude, I just booked the film. He's like, what? I didn't get any bookings. I'm like, well,
she chased me out.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And now I know I made the right decision.
And then, so did you think at that point, hey, this is pretty easy? And did you have a tough time after that, or did you continue to book jobs?
Well, it's funny because
don't be mad. Be glad
for her.
It's funny because when you move to LA, everybody's like, give it a year. It's really hard, and you want to do this and that. And you knew my father had passed away when I was in college. I was 18. I was a freshman. It was kind of like, life is now. I need to take action. And so I made a decision that I said, if I can't support myself and work as an artist, I don't deserve to be here, because I gave up a degree. So I will not get a side job. I will not waitress or anything like that. And there's nothing against that. That was just a choice.
Right.
And it was your motivation that I had for myself to say, okay, everybody says the first year is the hardest, and that might be, but if I say differently because I say so, and I'm going to make the choice to like not have to live paycheck to paycheck, then that's what it'll be. Right. And so I worked consistently, not as much as I did as I, a couple years in, but I got my first tour 9 months after I moved. And I'll never forget this. I had $6.86 to my name. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And my mom, she was like, if you leave college, I'll support you emotionally, but financially you're on your own. You're and if something were to go down, of course she'd support and she'd be there. But I knew that I didn't want to call her, and I called my brothers, and they were like, I got nothing for you, kid. I'm sorry. So I was like,
nothing for you, kid, because they were starting too, or
I had like
love?
At the time, well, both. At the time, my oldest brother was in Barcelona modeling, and my other brother was in art school in San Francisco. So they were just like, Rach, we have nothing. I mean, I can give you $20, but I don't know what that's going to do.
Right.
So I was like, I need to book this tour. I just have to. So the very next day, I found out I booked the tour. My rent was due, and I called my agent for an advance, from like a couple of weeks advance, so I could pay my rent.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
You could then. You could then.
This is, we're talking 11 years ago.
Jobs I'm going to book?
So what? Tell us the tour.
It was Cheyenne.
Okay.
Who's,
absolutely
huge in Latin America. So I was 20 years old, and I toured with him for 2 years. And it's so funny because 10 years later, I'm still working with him. I'm actually going to go and perform on the Latin billboards with him next week. In my
that means a lot.
Yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Sure.
It just goes to show you that it doesn't matter what job it is. There are these like random jobs you'll never think of that are going to give you your food on your table.
Sure.
And pay LADWP.
That was the best first tour I could have ever asked for. It was a great group. He's a great artist, and it was an amazing experience.
And he's an international superstar.
Huge, yeah. I mean, we would perform at one point. I think we had 200,000 people in Mexico. Yeah,
I feel like he's been on tour for like 20 years.
If you have lived in LA and you have not worked for Cheyenne, I'm sorry.
Like I think I still get auditions for Cheyenne. I think I'm getting punked. Yeah, right. Okay, this must have been from 5 years ago.
Have the choreographers changed on that job?
No. Nancy O'Mara has
That's
been
right.
for
She has
many
been doing
years.
it that
Yeah,
long.
she just knows his style. She, they work really well together. She knows exactly what he likes, and it's perfect.
Tell us the difference between working for someone like Cheyenne and then a Katy Perry and a Rihanna.
Yeah, I mean, Cheyenne is, he's family man. He's been around for a long time. I mean, after I did Cheyenne, I did Rihanna, and then I did Katy, and each of them were 2 years. And I had both of them, I feel like, at like the best point in their career, because it was Rihanna's Umbrella album. So that was such a huge point in her career. So to literally be on that journey with her and experience all those aha moments that I was having, but she was having them too, was a humbling, but like, it was just amazing. And Katy,
once in a lifetime, for sure.
Yeah, and Katy the same way. I did the California Dreams tour with her, so that was
fun.
Girls, and it was such a blast.
And then, so Katy Perry's tour was Nick Flores and R.J. Durrell.
Yes.
And Rihanna was Tina Land and Jason Meyer.
Yes. And Tina Land, I mean...
Tina's like...
Tina's the reason that I wanted to do this professionally.
Really?
When I saw her on stage with Janet, I was like, who's that white girl?
She is so legit.
She's so amazing.
She's OG.
She's just like, there's nobody like Tina. And I remember like looking at her and being like, I want to do that, because I remember how she made me feel watching her.
Right.
And so I was like, I want to be that for somebody else.
Right.
And so when her audition came around and she hired me, it was like such a moment. I don't know if she ever knew that.
Isn't it weird?
If she knows that.
Isn't it
but
weird
it was such
how
a
nice
moment
she
for
is
me.
too?
Yeah.
Like, she's so good. You expect this like outlandish, like extrovert, blah blah, but now she just comes in, does her job. She's very composed. Like she is
expects
cool.
a lot. She expects you to. I mean, she's got that great work ethic, and she expects you to always
without having to whip you.
Yeah.
It's just expected. Yeah.
It's like
mutual respect.
It's like the cool kid in school that you just want to be cool with.
Yeah, you just want to like make them proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She's amazing.
Well, that's huge to be able to work with her.
Yeah.
Great, awesome. So do you like the tour life over the TV film? The TV film with the money at. I mean, come on.
I know. Tour life is so fun. I love performing live. There's nothing like it when the lights go out and the crowd goes nuts. That's my favorite part. I get chills. But and I love traveling and seeing the world and, feeling like I'm making an impact. But film and TV is fun because it's constantly changing too, and you're always kind of like on a different project and something new and new people. But yeah, it's hard.
I mean, it's good because the money's good in TV and film, like in the long run. But then
touring is
the residuals.
It's consistent.
Yeah.
Because
but residuals are amazing Christmas gifts year round.
Oh my gosh.
Another gift that keeps giving.
Unless they're like 8 cents.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Thanks, Fresh Meat Band.
Then you go. Yeah. Thanks. I remember I did that job, huh?
Did we do the? No, we didn't do the.
We did How I Met Your Mother together.
We did How I Met Your Mother together, where the guys versus suits.
Yeah.
That was fun. I have a picture of us from that.
Have we done Glee together? Any Glee episodes?
No, I don't think we did any Glee episodes together. What? You did No Strings Attached. Oh, you work a lot with Marguerite Derricks.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites.
When we come back, we should talk a lot about Marguerite Derricks.
Okay.
Yes.
She's awesome.
And we've had her on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a force, that woman.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
we were both so nervous we were sweating it out before.
I'm surprised she didn't typecast me out of the podcast.
Right?
All right, we're here with the beautiful Rachael Markarian. This is episode number 91.
Wow.
Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast. We'll be right back. Are you a dance company, teacher, choreographer, producer, or director looking to market yourself for your current projects?
Do you need just a little extra push to get the word out?
The answer is yes, Desiree. They do.
Nick, how do you know what they need?
I know our listeners. They need our help to spread the word about their shows, projects, and whatever else they have going on. And guess what, Desiree?
What, Nick?
It just so happens that we have the airtime just for them.
That's right. We have ad space available for you. We have both 30 and 60-second spots available for you.
Get the word out to the entire United States and countless other countries. Did he just say countless other countries? Yes, he did. Infinite Dance Cast has audiences all across the world, including Canada, China, Japan, the United Kingdom, Switzerland, Germany, Austria, Romania, Australia, Denmark,
Denmark, Brazil, the Philippines, Mexico, and more. But I won't say the others because they're too hard to pronounce.
Email us at info@infinitedancecast.com for more details. Subject line, advertise.
Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast, giving you a voice worldwide.
Hey guys, this is Courtney Galliano from So You Think You Could Dance, and you're listening to Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance.
Hey now, welcome back. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
There's the sweet spot.
Talking about
We
the
are
microphone.
dance all day, every day, all the time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
We're here with beautiful Rachael Markarian, who actually had to take some things off of her resume to fit them on one 8.5
I hope you're...
by 11
Yeah,
paper.
don't tell anybody about that.
No, it's okay.
Might hurt their feelings.
That is not embarrassing, Rachel. That means you're successful.
Yes. Just for the
You're
people that got
successful.
removed.
Who was it that you removed?
Don't
Which choreographer?
say they can't
Not
do it, can't do it.
You definitely have Marguerite Derricks on here a lot.
Yes.
I'm just going to rattle off a few things real quick, and you can talk about her. Behind the Candelabra, Katy Perry, Part of Me, Rush Hour 3, No Strings Attached, Southland Tales. Is there anything else on here? Oh, you've only worked for her like 12 times? Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, just this one.
What else did we do? Guitar Hero 5.
Guitar Hero 5. A6, you worked with
a couple
an industrial.
with her, yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, so what is it like working with Marguerite Derricks? Is she your favorite?
Dream. It's a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me if she's your favorite?
I never have favorites, but I do crave working with her.
Oh,
if
that
makes
was good.
if that makes sense.
That was a good sentence.
That was a good save.
Yeah, because she's just, I don't know, she demands a lot from you without being, like what you said earlier, like without whipping,
Yeah.
like she has to whip her dancers with
Right.
it, or like beat a dead horse. She's very much about like, do it right, and she trusts her dancers.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you trust your choreography and you trust your dancers and you know that on the day, everything's going to come together and it's going to work.
Right.
And I think, you know, she's really great about, you know, having the right dancers on the right job, knowing that it's going to look good for the client. And she's just such a smart businesswoman. I mean, she's an artist, but she's a businesswoman. So I learn a lot from her, but it's such a great environment to be under when I get to work with her because it's not hectic and crazy. Everything is so planned out. She comes into the room. She already did her work.
Right.
You know, so
she's not making you stand around.
Yeah, there's no standing around. It's like you're in.
She knows you're busy.
Yeah.
It's not like the hip hop world.
Well, it's like, you know, sometimes you need to workshop on the bodies, and I get that, but she's so good about doing her own work before and then coming in, and it all just kind of like comes together. It's like a dream.
So any chance you get a chance to work with her, you're
love
taking
it. Yeah.
Don't
ask her her favorite. You just
okay, so you said something interesting to me, to us on the break, that you can't let your career or your resume define who you are as a person. You have to let who you are define who you are.
Yeah.
So
your heart, I think.
Yes.
You have transitioned. Well, you're a CrossFit fanatic.
I actually just
you
froze
do
my
this-
membership. You're gonna die.
Why?
Yeah.
What are you going to Instagram about?
Now, have you ever competed?
No,
because people get really into that.
I don't want to get injured, and I love CrossFit. I did it for a little over a year. I just
you're
froze
an
my
animal.
membership.
Did they try and make you drink some Kool-Aid?
No,
Okay.
no.
So cool.
So you've transitioned out of CrossFit now
Yes.
into acting.
Good. That's a good one. I like that.
And Rachel's a great actress. We call them actors, right? If they're female, you're still an actor, right? Or what's the role?
I hear that's
do
the
both,
term.
right?
Is actor? I mean, I don't know. I think actress because you're a girl. It's like chica. But I mean, who do I know? I don't know Spanish.
You're an actress.
I'm an actress. I'm an actress. You'll respect
And a
me.
damn good one at that.
Damn good one.
Right.
So, Rachel, you are a damn good actress.
Thank you.
And I've had the pleasure to work with you on our short film with Another Good Sandwich. But you are just continuously training.
Yeah.
How has the transition been? Has it been difficult to all of a sudden push the plot forward to be able to speak?
Yeah, that's interesting because we're used to communicating physically, and now we have to communicate verbally. But it's so different than dance. But like I said earlier, like when I came out as a dancer, everybody was like, well, what are you going to do if it doesn't work out? I was like, well, I don't have a plan B because I think if you have a plan B, you're going to need it. So I knew where I was going. I knew what I wanted and nothing was going to get in the way of that. I don't know if that's ignorance is bliss. I wasn't like tainted or anything. I just knew that that's what I wanted. And that's how I feel as an actress now.
Yeah.
Like my love for, I'll always love dance, but my passion and love for dance is now shifted into acting. And I like immerse myself in it because that's where my vision is right now, is to, you know, I want to have my own production company, and I want, you know, there's a whole list of things that I want to do as an actress. So,
now are you primarily dramatic, comedic, or just a little bit of everything?
I can do a little bit of everything, yeah, but I tend to go towards more of the dramatic stuff. It just it feeds me a little bit more. Yeah, and I'm constantly, like you said, I'm constantly in class and training and writing. Right now I'm writing a short film that I actually want to, I want to talk to you about.
Yeah, let's talk about it right now. No, I'm just kidding. No, they'll steal it. The people of Hollywood will steal it. We're in the Hollywood Hills. They don't know where we are.
We're somewhere.
That's great, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a scary time too. I mean, it's like, but exciting, exhilarating, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's as scary as you make it, I feel like, and as artists, everything is ebbs and flows. It's up and down and everything. So you have to have something that keeps you consistent, and everything that you do, you got to immerse yourself in it, whether it's teaching or writing or choreographing or whatever it is. It's got to be, you have to fully, because I feel like that's how you find yourself too.
Right.
And it's what I was saying before, is like, so many of us as artists, whatever you do, you define yourself based off your resume. When people are like, what are you up to? How are you?
Right.
They just want to hear what you're doing, as opposed to like who you are and like what you're doing outside of
or how do you really feel? Not, well, I just got off the road with.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I didn't ask that.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, which that's
How's
amazing.
your mom?
But like, what else are you up to aside from that? Like, your resume doesn't define you, who you are and what you contribute to the world and all of that. That's what defines you.
Now let me ask you this: do you? And I agree 100%. Now, when you go to these acting auditions, now that you've kind of transitioned and immersed yourself in it, I've found that the hardest part is still the audition. Once you get to the job, it's easy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your feeling when you walk into that room? I mean, do you have this feeling of like, oh, this is new, it's exciting?
No, I have this now. I completely belong in this room.
Oh, good.
And that this is an opportunity for me to do what I love, whatever the outcome. Because so many times, I mean, it's out of your control. I've heard stories of people like, I flipped a coin because a casting director's like, we flipped a coin, heads it was this person, tails it was that person, because we couldn't decide.
God. Right.
So it's like, you can't take it personally, but it's an opportunity for you to just go, bring a character to life, bring something off the page, and do what you love. That's how I look at it.
Cool.
I think that's why, just listening to you in this last, interview, you're very at peace with either outcome, any outcome.
Yeah.
And it's a lot different for a lot of different people, because you said, oh, I don't know if it's ignorance is bliss. And maybe for you, that's what it is. I'm not saying it is, you're ignorant, but I'm just saying you're just at peace with it, and you're just giving into it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to.
Yeah.
And it's a great approach. Right. And I think it could be, as why you're very successful.
Thank you. I think it's all too your vision. Like, my vision is so strong. So everything that I'm doing is getting me closer and closer, and feeding that vision. Sure. So if it's okay, if and it's so funny because this, I've been taking this like course and that's actually really helped me like have a great sense of myself. Yeah. And one of my trainers was like, it's impossible for somebody to reject you. That's your interpretation of it. And I'm like, well, I'm in the the world of rejection. You know what I mean? He's like, well, that's how you interpret it, but you can look at it as redirection. Yeah. You're being redirected. Right. So that's constantly how I look
kind of like you're at a stadium full of crowded people
Yeah.
and you're trying to make it to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Boom, I'll just get some Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, there you go.
I got you.
And a pizza and
No, I'm with you. That's cool. Good for you, Rachel. So what's your end game here? Like, you want to be in TV or film? Or like, if you could choose.
anything.
I feel like it's because all the movie actors are doing TV.
Yeah, remember it wasn't like, oh, well, if you're on TV, you don't do film or you know. But now people cross over much more, just like music.
Yeah.
You know, Taylor Swift is on.
Maybe we should start a band so we can get into TV.
Yeah.
Well, I know that's going around.
Go all the way around.
That's a long way around. Do you play an instrument, by the way?
No, I play the mouth harp.
That's huge. That'd be a big situation for us. I'm not going to say problem. It'd be a situation to have.
Fantastic.
Oh my God.
It'd be fantastic.
So do you think you're ever going to not dance? Probably not. The answer is no, right?
I mean, I want to eventually have my own production company, producing my own projects with really powerful women with alongside me with really like thought provoking
Joan Rivers
material. Yeah,
Joan Rivers,
something like that.
Oh, of course, Joan Rivers. Yeah,
So have a production house, or just that you produce certain projects, films?
Film, more so film.
Okay.
Vehicles for yourself.
Yeah, and exactly, with women like that have stories to tell, and that whole feel. But I want to be doing film and TV and both.
I just thought of
you got to stay open-minded.
Sorry, yeah. You should call Oprah. She's a very powerful woman.
She is. Oh my goodness.
You should get Oprah, Hillary Clinton, and
oh gosh, who's the third?
Know.
I mean, you didn't even know.
I shouldn't have even started saying anything.
Michelle Obama?
Yeah, sure. Michelle Obama. You think they would get along? We shouldn't get political on this show. Okay. So here's the deal. Everyone in Hollywood's connected Kevin Bacon within 6 degrees.
Okay.
This is your life. You're in Southland Tales with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yes.
Who is in The Air I Breathe with Kevin Bacon. So you're Kevin Bacon numbers 2.
Lots of twos.
Now, our friend Kenny Wormald did Footloose.
Yes.
And he revived the Ren McCormick role. So here's your Kenny Wormald number. You're in No Strings Attached with Nick Lanzasera.
Yes.
Who's in Footloose with Kenny Wormald.
There
so
you
your
go.
number's also 2.
Kenny's also from right outside of Boston.
Boston, right?
So you were tight with
Did you dance
the bag
together?
of the Wormalds,
No,
right?
Never
I knew the
tried
studio him and Baga went to, but I'd never, danced
Well, I
with
mean,
them. I'm sure
I'm-
we competed or something. When
I'm
we were
sure. They were very loud and,
Yeah.
and I'm sure.
hard to miss.
Yeah.
Hard to miss.
But those are good
In
guys.
the dressing room, making out with.
Rachel, thank you for coming by. That's it.
Thank you for having me.
That was
You can come back
awesome.
anytime.
I would love to.
It was a nice interview. I feel relaxed. I feel like I should go.
Very at
I
peace.
need to visit my spirit animal. We want to send a special thank you to our producers, Michael Bling Bling Chicken Wing Benicos and Janae Makalaka High Like a Hiney Ho Mercedes for producing our show.
Is that Hawaiian?
I think it's from Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Okay, we are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast. You can download each and every one of our episodes for free on iTunes.
But most of all, we want to thank you, the listener, because remember, without you, only our mothers would be listening.
Do you really believe that?
My mother, I leave her these
Listen, you can't diss her on 2 shows in a row.
Hansel and Gretel crumbs like, Mom, I say this thing, I'm
Mom is
like,
amazing.
she's
Right.
great. But
Your dad.
Yes.
My dad said
Changed
too.
in 13 years since I saw him.
He hasn't.
Has
hasn't.
not changed.
Check
I hope
it out.
he's listening.
Yeah, he probably is.
He is listening.
Yeah, he's listening. My mom's gonna be so mad at me. I love you, Mom. Follow her, Rachael Markarian, AEL Markarian on Instagram, and on Twitter, no A in the Rachel, just Rachel, like from Friends.
Rachel.
Markarian. Rachel, you're
you
gonna
for
be a big,
being here.
you're gonna be a big
Thank
star.
you, guys.
Come back when you're huge.
Come back when you're huge.
All right, we ran out of music.
Oops.
All right,
We just kept-
take us out, Desiree, quick!
We'll see you next week.
Oh man.
I don't even know if we'll see you next week, but.